let's paint something for Halloween and test out some handmade paints. Hello wonderful people, here I have some handmade paints. This is somehow difficult to pronounce for me, that I made by Dan. Dan wrote me a lovely postcard that is also available in his shop and sent me some stickers of his. This ghost is so adorable, I love it. And look how sparkly it is. I will link the shop down in the description box so you can check it out. This little tin contains the Halloween set by Dan. So in this set you will find the colors Samhain or Samhain in English, I don't know. That's made with orange mica. The color is non-granulating, transparent, non-staining with an untested light fastness, but from my tests I know that mica is usually pretty light fast unless it's tinted with something not light fast, but I'm really hopeful for this one. It's a precious, very, very beautiful salmon color, like peachy one, very warm, and it's a color I currently use a lot and love it very, very much. I've been mixing the same tone for other paintings, so it was kind of fun to use this one with the glitter inside too. Next color in the set is this beautiful purple, which divides in two different pigments. It's called Spellbound, and it's made with PB36 and PV19. It's gorgeous. It's granulating, transparent, non-staining, and has a good light fastness. Both pigments are very beautiful, and they mix into this beautiful purple, and diluted with water it will kind of separate into this pinkish tone with this bluish granulation. It's very gorgeous. It's also a very strong tinting color. It's really one that has some depth to it. Next color in the set is another one that is a sparkly one. It's called Hex. It's made with PB36, NBR8 and purple mica. It's granulating, transparent, non-staining, and has a good light fastness as well. So this color is beautiful. I would say it's kind of a grayish, like a little bit grayish blue, kind of reminding me of indigo a little bit, but it's not as strong tinting. It has enough depth to work with it. The mica is very subtle, but it's definitely there. It's gorgeous. It reminds me of a beautiful night sky, and I've been using this a lot actually. It's gorgeous, especially for backgrounds, and I have used it in a different painting, like on the stream last week, where I used it for cats, like in the background, but also cats' eyes, to have like this little bit of sparkle in the eyes, and it's just beautiful. Fourth color in the set is Eye of Newt. I hope I pronounced this right. It's made with PB36 and PG23. I believe though that there's kind of, oh yeah, I thought why PG33, because it's kind of reddish and brownish. It's burnt, like the burnt pigment. That's why it's brownish. So you know, it's granulating, transparent, non-staining, and has a good light fastness. It's a medium tinting color. It needs a little bit to re-wet due to the pigments used, but once it's re-wetted, it has a beautiful depth that you can achieve with it, which you can see in the video too. It's granulating to a brownish and bluish. It's a very heavy granulation that you can achieve with it, and it's just gorgeous. I love this. Last color in the set is Potion. Potion is a yellowish green, very light, very beautiful. It's made with PB36, PY154 and green mica. It's granulating, transparent, non-staining, and has a good light fastness. This color is so gorgeous. So when diluted, it looks kind of like lime green, but the mica in it has kind of a bluish tint to it. Maybe it's also the PB36 that is showing. It's so beautiful. I've used it for the warm highlights in this painting, and it's so gorgeous. I want to pair it with Spellbound in my next video, and I believe those two would work so well together. I'm actually have been very inspired by this set. It's not the colors that I would choose myself, but rather mix colors that are very similar to these. So it's been very refreshing to have them all ready to paint. In the swatches, you can see that they revert pretty nicely, especially the colors containing mica, but also the purple. That's super pretty and super easy to revert. Only Eye of Nude, the grayish brown, took a little bit of time, but these are just pigments that are known to revert kind of slowly or be on the weaker side. We know it from professional brands too. So that was not surprising for me personally. I expected that. That's why I put a drop of water on this pan before I start painting, and it worked very nicely. I must admit that the paper that I used to swatch it on wasn't the best choice. For once, it's hot pressed watercolor paper, so the granulating pigments don't show their beautiful properties on it very well. My fault. In addition, the paper has, it's the last 2 pages in the sketchbook, which I really enjoyed, but did not paint often enough in it, apparently, so the paper went bad. It was okay for swatching, but I believe that the paints would show off their true beauty more beautifully, more reliably on paper that wasn't bad. It shows in the painting though that I made for the set, because, well, for the painting itself, I chose the Fabriano Artistico 100% cotton watercolor paper in extra white because I wanted them to glow and be nice and pretty. And because it's the Halloween set and now it's Halloween, I think the set will be available after Halloween too. So check out the shop. I chose something that reminded me of Halloween. I had so many ideas. I wanted, well, first of all, I thought about, well, how about the Halloween scene? But then those, the spooky houses felt a little bit too generic for me. I kind of was tempted to paint some pumpkins, but I didn't. And then I thought of, ravens and crows and thought, well, that would fit my urge to paint more animals. So I chose a crow to do that. Because all my pencils are packed up from the move and I can't find any and have not purchased some. I used my pencil to sketch out the painting before. For that I used the Eye of Nude color from the set, and it was perfect. Because it's not staining and granulating, I would have been able to lift it and correct the errors if I chose to do that, which wasn't necessary really, but I could have if I wanted to. For the background I chose this beautiful salmon color. Oh my god, I don't know the name, Samhain. It's gorgeous, I love it. And also Hex in combination with it. I love how they both combine and show almost like a glowing sky, like a sunset maybe. I've seen some sunsets recently that has had these just after the sun has set and vanished behind the horizon, where the sky is still like orange, not even pink, like orange, and transfers into warm blue. It's gorgeous. I love this color combination so much. I have painted some of these like in landscapes and miniature paintings, and I wanted to have the same feeling for this one, for the crow. To give the bird itself kind of a warm undertone, I chose the green with Sparkles Potion. I have to look up the names. I'm sorry. So I chose Potion and put it on the places where I wanted the highlights. And it worked out so well. Well, I love it. I'm sorry, but I just enjoyed painting this one so much. And I actually have been enjoying painting in general, because I've had like a month of a break from painting because of stress in real life. I have not noticed how much this creative energy has built up and how much I missed painting and creating and oh my god, the brush. I miss that so much, to enjoy how water and paint moves over the paper, how it spreads, and this is such a good feeling. So I was so happy to be able to paint again, to make beautiful things that I'm just happy about, right? In addition, it's part of a collab challenge that is happening on Discord. We're making a little Halloween art exchange between a few people who wanted to join. So everyone makes a small piece in size of A6 to A5, which fits in an envelope that we will send to each other. It's kind of a little bit like a secret Santa, so no one knows whom they're receiving from. And I kind of enjoyed this secret that is there because it's more fun, right? I also like that the community is kind of, it feels like people are more active again, and that we're enjoying art more, working together, sharing more now. I miss this so much, so I'm super happy that this is happening again here and now. Just want to let you know that this is part of a collab. For the feathers itself, I used Eye of Nude. This warm gray brownish color. It looks greenish because apparently I used green underneath, but as you can see, the granulation that shows here on cold pressed paper is just gorgeous. I love it so much for the feathers. It gives like this beautiful look that I did not anticipate, but I enjoyed it so much when it happened during the painting process. And as you can see, it gives also enough depth and to create proper values that I wanted to achieve. So it does look almost black in the areas where I applied it thickly. It just needed a little bit to wet. You can also see like the variation that it gives from the warm brownish tones to the more cooler bluer grayish browns, almost black ones. It's just so gorgeous. Just makes me so happy. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Sometimes my art makes me happy. Not sometimes, most of the times. I have been reading about people struggling, not liking their art, which is a little bit sad, honestly. So I hope that you paint so that it makes you happy, that you try to realize the ideas that you have. And I feel like a big part of liking the art you create is to be able to do it consciously, like to choose the techniques and supplies consciously so that you know that it will work out. It needs a lot of training, it needs a lot of practice, and to be able to estimate how things behave, how colors mix, etc., of course, but it's possible. So in case you're someone who struggles with it, I hope that you will find your way to practice, to learn and make art that makes you truly happy, because it's a good feeling. And I hope and I wish you would feel it too. For details and final layers, I've chosen a smaller brush because I wanted to enhance some of the areas like the wing and some feathers, etc., as well as the eye and the face of the crow, because, you know, just because I'm painting with watercolors here with no sketch and no line art doesn't mean that I have to lose details. I have to at least hint at them. Oftentimes, hinting at them is enough that the human eye understands what is meant and what is shown and what it's supposed to be even. The human brain is incredibly good at recognizing patterns, especially of things that I know. And it helps to paint kind of in a way, because you can use that skill that people have. I'm not sure it's skill, it's something that happens unconsciously, but as someone who paints, you can choose this consciously in your art to guide people to recognition without actually painting every detail, every feather, etc. It's beautiful. And I think most art lives from that. You don't paint like every tiny detail most of the time, but it's enough to be understood as such. Am I giving away secrets here? I don't think so, right? I don't, right? Oh wow. If you're curious, the brushes that I use are kind of cheaper ones. This is a store brand that I got. I really like them for gouache. Recently I have been using them for watercolors too, especially for the small paintings. They're really great for that. They don't hold a ton of water, which kind of annoyed me in the background here. I should have used a different brush, but yeah, I make mistakes too. Sometimes I just go with whatever my brains want to do. And it was a little bit like that for this painting. I have been thinking about what to do, and I've been very much inspired by the sunsets, by the colors, and I wanted to place this crow in this setting, but also make it a little bit spooky, which I don't know if I managed to do, but I do like the result, so I'm sorry. I'm curious now though, are you someone who likes your own art? Like if you're someone who paints, do you like your art, or is it something you struggle with too? If you are someone who paints, do you use handmade paints? Because I do that pretty often. I actually have a collection of handmade paints from Dan, from others too, and they have been so good. Like they easily compete with professional paints from known brands, in my opinion. Most of them rewet very nicely, have a good color payoff, and are just so satisfying. Also, Dan's paints have a very nice little smell to them. I think it's clove oil. As far as I'm aware, his recipe has changed and the paints are vegan now. I will put it in the description box if he confirms it, but I think we talked about it a while ago and I think they're vegan now. In the end, I'm also adding some details in white gouache because I was bad and lost the highlights. I'm sorry. But I have not added any other color than from this set, and I feel like the painting works. Like the color combination is beautiful. I have really enjoyed it. And if you would use it in combination with your regular paint set, then it would be even better, right? Because you can use it as an addition to your regular set and choose the colors you need for special effects. Because let's be real, colors with glitter are always special effects. You don't use them for like everything in a painting, but they work so well. And I love how this orange mica gives the crow like glow in the background. It looks very beautiful. I'm very happy with it. And I hope you're happy too. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some time with me. Happy Halloween and have a spooky time. Ooh. Bye.